All right, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on what period you have the class today. I believe it's the second day of school, and I wanted to send you guys just a general introduction to introduce myself and kind of give you a little bit of background information about the class that you are in. So I'm Miss Tier. I'm going to be the teacher of record over on the Texarkana College campus for all three of the DC Bio classes. And this video is going to be just kind of a generic one for all three, but that includes dual credit environmental, DC Bio for non-majors, and for majors. So last year we had the environmental as well as the majors, and we're adding the non-majors this year. So for the most part, every class is going to run the same with a few minor exceptions. With DC Environmental, it is extended, and so you have a one semester class that is split over to 2 semesters. And so there's a couple of differences there, like you won't get 8 hours of credit, you'll only get 4 on the college side. You only take 1 semester exam, and you do not have to do the lab notebook. If you are in majors or non-majors, you will get 8 hours of credit provided you pass your classes, and each semester is a separate class, okay? You will have to do lab notebooks. That's something that's going to be new for this year. And it's just to show that we are able to do the lab material. There's questions about doing the full semester classes because there's not as much face time with the high school schedule. And so we have to kind of show proof that we have covered lab material and we are doing labs and we are hitting all of those objectives as well. In terms of what you need for that, if you have to do a lab notebook, I think I just put a 1-inch on your syllabus. A 1-inch little binder that has the rings in it, and you'll kind of get specific information about the materials that need to be in there, but you will need to keep up with your lab materials and your lab handouts and put them in that folder in order to get credit for your lab. Everything else that you need is going to be in your syllabus, but I just kind of wanted to point out those quick differences. I do want to say that I'm super excited to be working with you guys again. I know many of you that are sitting in those seats right now I have had before, and then there are some that are new to me, and I'm new to you, and so I just wanted to introduce myself, but I'm probably more involved than most TC professors in terms of their dual credit classes, but I think part of it is you guys are still my students, and you will always be my students, and I'm so happy to be able to continue to work with Pleasant Grove. I'm actually going to be as hands-on as I can be, but I will be in the background of everything that you do in class, and the proctor teachers are there to help you, and they will be running the class in person, but they will also be kind of speaking with me, and I'll be sharing materials with them, and so pretty much you kind of have 2 teachers for your class. I may pop my head in from time to time and say hi, and I always enjoy visiting the high school, but it's not something I'm required to do. I just do it because I like to. So a couple of things that I want to talk about. Really, there's kind of 3 main things that I want to touch on just for general dual credit biology classes. Number 1 is that they are college classes, okay? They are not going to be a breeze, all right? They are not going to be a blow-off class. It doesn't matter which class you're in, whether it be environmental or the biology classes. They are going to be maybe more difficult than other classes you've had. Now, the environmental moves a little slower because it's extended, and so once again we can kind of take more time to go over material. The biology classes for majors and non-majors are going to be fast-paced. It's going to be hot and heavy from the very beginning, and if you enjoy free days, this is not the class for you. For those of you that have had me before, you know that Miss Tier really doesn't believe in free days. I take my job seriously, and I think it's very important that you get your money's worth. You are coming to class to get college credit, and you need to work to get that college credit. You can't just show up. So you can expect that every day that you come to class, you're going to have something to do, whether it be taking notes, whether it be taking quizzes or tests. It could be doing lab material. It could be reviewing. But very rarely will you walk in and do nothing in this class, okay? So if that's what you're looking for, this may not be the place for you. Depending on whether it's majors or non-majors or environmental, the difficulty level may vary, but all of them are taught at a college level, and you will have high expectations in all of the classes. So I encourage you to be ready for that, and I hope you're up for the challenge. The second thing I want to talk about is academic dishonesty. Because the class can be difficult, and because you do have lots of quizzes and tests and assignments, Sometimes there's a tendency to want to cheat our way through classes. One of the things that was always incredibly important to me as a high school teacher is academic honesty. Here's the deal. I need to know what you know. And some things you're going to know better than others. What I don't need is what you wrote down, or what I don't need to know is what you looked up on the internet. And the same goes for the proctor teachers. We are all on the same page, and that academic dishonesty or cheating is not going to be allowed. You will be monitored. Hopefully with the phones not being in classrooms, that will help. But I mean, honestly, it's just not a good thing to do. Okay, you're here to learn, and cheating is not helping you learn anything. I will tell you on the college side, if you get caught cheating, I can drop you from the course with an F, no questions asked. I know it may not be different, maybe a little different on the Pleasant Grove side, and that they can't drop you from the class, but there will be consequences. And I take cheating very, very seriously. So I just want to encourage you to be ready to work and do your best. And my goal as a teacher is always to make you a better student, to make you learn how to study, or allow you to see your potential. And cheating just doesn't help with that. So if you're going to do the class, do it right. Learn the material. And if you have a bad day, take the L. Because no matter what you do, you're going to know more than zero, okay? And if you get caught cheating, that's what you're going to get, is a 0. And you may only have 1 or 2 tests per 9 weeks. So if you have a 0 on a test, it's probably not going to fare well for your average. So I just want you to be aware that academic dishonesty is a very, very, very serious thing to me, as well as the teachers that you have there on campus. And so just don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth the risk. And this also includes things like asking other people what's on the test, okay? One thing you'll find about me in this class and your proctors is that there should not be any mystery, okay? The notes that we go over are the material that's on the test. If we do a lab, that's the same material that's going to be on lab quizzes. There should not be any question marks. You know what you need to know. And the reason you know that is because that's what we're telling you the test is over. So there's really not a reason to cheat, okay? There's not a reason to try to pull a fast one. Just study, okay? Learn the material. All right, the last thing I want to talk about on a more positive note is I want to encourage you to get help when you need it. Because there may be difficulty in this class, it is not going to be easy for everyone. It doesn't matter which class you're in. It's going to be college level science. And so I want to encourage you to get help anytime you need it. You have teachers there on campus. You have teachers there in your classroom. I don't know if they're called the same things, but you have opportunities like Claim Time and Hawk Help. I encourage you to use those, okay? Anytime you need help, ask questions. Never be afraid to get clarification. On the other end, while I'm not there, I want you to know that you are more than welcome to contact me anytime with any questions about anything. Maybe you need help on learning how to study, or maybe you have specific content questions. My email is on your syllabus, and I encourage you to use it, okay? You can talk to students from last year. I didn't have a lot that emailed me, but when they did, I always answer their questions and try to clarify. And if not, I will make sure that we get that problem handled. But I want you to know that I'm here for you, even though I'm not always going to be there in person. You are more than welcome to use me as a resource. So please never be afraid to reach out, and I'll be happy to help you in any way that I can. So I think that's all that I had for this video. I didn't want to make it too terribly long. I will tell you I do not like seeing myself on this camera. So normally anytime we have videos, they will probably be just me behind the scenes and not me on the camera. But I at least wanted you to see my face if you've never had me before. I look forward to meeting you guys in person. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. And I hope you guys have an awesome start to your semester and a great day. And I will see you soon. Bye, y'all.